What's up, MadFlavor? It's your girl, Tamiko T, and we are here in Las Vegas for the 2019 Stellar Awards. The red carpet is about to begin. It's a lot going on, but we're going to catch up with the presenters, the nominees, the performers, and everybody else. It is the celebration for gospel music, 2019 Stellar Awards. Keep it locked.
Hey, this is your girl Cabell with MadFlavorTV here at the Boris Lawrence Henson Foundation's Can We Talk event surrounding mental health. It's a topic that Taraji P. Henson is passionate about, I am passionate about, and after this episode, you will become very passionate about as well. Make sure you stay tuned.
MadFlavor Television is in the building tonight. It's Targates Anderson, and we're here for the premiere of Taraji P. Henson and Sam Rockwell's new film, The Best of Enemies. With the red carpet is going to be heating up in a moment, so stay with us.
What's up, MadFlavor? It's your girl, Tamiko T, and we are here in Vegas for the Stellar Awards. Our first stop here at Motown's Morning Glory Brunch as they celebrate their Stellar Awards nominees. And then we're going to head over to the E1 Brunch. They have 25 nominations. Make sure you keep it locked. We have a lot of great red carpet interviews for you.
Hey, this is your girl Cabell with MadFlavorTV. We are here at the season 4 premiere of The Real Housewives of Potomac. We have all the exclusive interviews with the housewives. Who's getting pregnant? Who's getting divorced? Who's getting remarried? If you want to know, make sure you tune in every week starting next Sunday, May 5th.
What's up, everybody? This is Terry with MadFlavorTV. We're at the 27th Annual Trumpet Awards 2019. And as you can see, I'm sitting down now, but I'm at the VIP lounge. And I'll be on the red carpet pretty soon. We're here with fashion designer and haberdasher, Dapper Dan. How are you tonight?
I'm great. I'm doing great. So happy to be here.
Awesome. Okay, so tell us, what are you wearing tonight? And you are here for the Trailblazer Award.
Oh, well, I'm wearing the Dapper Dan original tonight, so I had to put something together. And everything I do for myself has to be done by me. So the young guys coming along behind me know that they got to represent themselves. And nobody can represent yourself better than you do yourself. So anyway, but it stems from the fact that I have, with my Gucci partnership and my collection that's all around the world in every Gucci store. However, in Harlem, everything that I do at the Gucci location in Harlem is exclusive to Harlem. So I have to take the fabrics that are in there and do something that reflects Harlem. And so I hope I reflected Harlem right.
I think you reflected Harlem well. Okay, so you've worked with some of hip-hop's greatest, you know, particularly Salt and Pepper. Were you the one that spearheaded the bubble jackets that they wore back in the 80s?
Well, the bubble jackets, we started probably, it stems probably from the 8th ball jacket and just kept getting bigger and bigger. So it's like, one of my favorite subjects is the zoot suit. Now, if you study the history of the zoot suit and its significance, you'll see that Chicago, Harlem, and probably LA, they all claim credit for it. Sometimes things start simultaneously. You know, the culture could spring up from 3 different fountains at the same time. So in terms of the bubble scoop, I'll take part credit.
Tell us, Megan, just off the top, we're here for She Magazine. What does it feel like to be an illustrious woman?
Feels good, man. It feels good. I was saying this earlier. It's like it's nice to have accolades for like being an actor, and it's great to be able to do that for a job. But this is really what it's about. It's about what you put back into the world. It's about hearing God's voice and going the way that He's calling you to go. And it's about using your platform for something that's bigger than you. So even though I'm being honored tonight, I really am honoring God by being honored because He's using me. So I'm just thankful to be here and super humbled and appreciative.
Amen, amen. So you have that new movie, The Intruder, out. How are you feeling about the reception of that?
Good. I'm feeling good. People mad at me, but it's good. It's like I did my job. We
That
popping.
means you're doing a great job as an actress.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Okay, and Mr. Franklin, tell us some new projects you have working on right now.
I have a movie out called Breakthrough that I produced. It's a true story of a mother that prays her son back to life.
It's incredible.
And, you know, people are, you know, just literally having breakthroughs in the theater. So if you're out there, go see it.
Hi, this is Robert Townsend with Terry from Terry TV.
He's taking over this interview.
I'm taking over this interview. I'm with Terry, and I'm a Townsend. Here we go. So, Terry.
So, Robert.
Yes, I'm here with Terry. We're doing an interview. Mama, I'm with Terry.
Okay, so you have the Lifetime Achievement Award. How does it feel?
You know what? It just feels really great. I'm blessed. You know, I get to talk to you. I'm with Terry. Me and Terry. I just feel blessed. God is good all the time, and for them to honor me, I've created a lot of stuff, and I just feel blessed that people like the stuff I've created. So, this is Robert Townsend signing off from Terry TV on the red carpet.
No.
You got more to talk about? Oh, I thought we were done.
No, we're not done.
Yes, there is. I'm confirming there is going to be a 5 Heartbeats Broadway show, and there's a lot of work ahead, but it's going to be amazing, and we got a lot of work to do, and we're working on it. Thank you.
This your blog. This your blog. Hey, what's up? This is Quajon. We are here on the red carpet.
We got the original king of comedy.
What's that?
Cedric the Entertainer.
Yeah.
Gets no better. How are you this evening, sir?
I'm great. How you doing?
I'm doing great. So
Good.
you are headlining this comedy thing. How you feeling tonight?
That's good. This is the first one I actually host a party. So it's something that we got, and so this is the first and goal comedy bowl.
Yeah.
So we're gonna start doing these at Super Bowl time, bringing out some of the hottest comedians all at once. So we got an odd night tonight. Me, DC Young Fly, Dion Cole, Michael Blackson, and a little surprise guest. It's gonna be a hot night tonight. It's gonna be fun. We're gonna have a good time in here. So we're trying to jump this off. We're in the middle of the A. It's Super Bowl right here in the little. It's a Ferris wheel over. I mean, it's so special. You from Atlanta?
I am not. Fort Lauderdale, Florida.
Okay, it's almost like Atlanta, but not really.
Not quite.
Yeah, but the same.
Almost.
Not really, but no.
Not really.
All right. Big up.
So we here for Rashard Jennings Foundation.
Indeed.
Why is it so important that we have foundations, that we support foundations such as these?
Well, I mean, the thing about it, we saw Rashard dealing with his young daughter, and that story got really big. But, and I mean, him being an athlete and being so focused and being such a big man dealing with this beautiful little child and having to deal with that. We know there's so many other fathers and families out here that have very tough times, don't have the resources, the money, the circumstances, and they have these same serious illnesses. So the opportunity to do something that's connected to football, the NFL, with somebody that means something to the community, we are recognized, and that can actually do some great work to help people that really need it.
Absolutely.
It's an easy call.
Absolutely.
Easy call.
Well, you're one of the OGs. You hit the ground running with your comedy work. But how do you feel about the social media comedians that are coming out on social media? How do you feel about that?
It's good. I mean, I think, the world evolves. That's the whole thing about it. I think, to be a great stand-up, you got to go on stage. So,
right.
I mean, you can do bits and do skits, and that's dope. Whatever you get however you get your weight up. But to actually go and perform when people spend money and they come out to see you, you want to go on that stage and work that out. Ain't no other way to get around that. You don't have no video cameras and no retakes. When people pay, once they pay the loot, they like, hey, give it to me right now.
Okay. And so what projects you got working on right now that you can tell us about?
So right now, of course, we're on the Neighborhood on CBS. It's we just got picked up for a second season. It's #1 new comedy on CBS. I'm on the last OG. The second season will be coming on in April. Me, Tracy Morgan, Tiffany Haddish. That's a hot show. Everybody love that show. It's running on first season on Netflix right now. Then I got a couple movie projects. Johnson Family 2 we got developing. And then a couple other ones I can't quite say yet, but But life was good. I can't complain.
Sounds like it.
Yeah.
I see your presence on Instagram is very heavy.
Yeah, you got to be on the gram, right?
Got to be on the gram.
I think you got to be on the gram. I think there's somebody, I think it was a law or something, somebody passed it.
MadFlavor, this is DC homegirl Taraji P. Henson, looking fabulous tonight.
Thank you.
So, we got a fun question for you. If you woke up tomorrow as the opposite sex, what is the first thing that you're gonna do?
If I woke up tomorrow as the opposite sex, what is the first thing? I had something so crass in my mind.
Spit it out. Spit it out.
No. I don't know. I can't even be that clever right now.
Look, we would do a lot of things as a woman, but being in this industry and in the movie, male dominated as a sports agent, do you think that the Hollywood world is the same thing?
Oh, absolutely. You've heard the saying, Hollywood's run by men, and this is a man's world. I mean, that's what we've been doing since women were born, we've been fighting for our rights, and the fight continues until the narrative changes.
And what is your favorite memory about DC?
Chicken and mumbo sauce and go-go.
Yes, you heard it. MadFlavor, Taraji P. Henson. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
MadFlavor, this beautiful lady right here needs no introduction. Mrs. Lexi Allen, you should know the voice, you should know the look.
Why is the camera? I just said I was sleepy, so I know my makeup's all over my face, and you just want to come in. Let's come on a little closer. Let's just.
But listen to this. When are you gonna start your comedy stand-up act? That's what I need to know.
Oh, I don't do. I'm not a comedian. I respect the art of people who really are comedians. I'm just silly, and I don't take life seriously. So. Yeah,
but your timing and your punchlines, everything comes together.
I have no material. I have no punchlines. I have nothing.
It's natural.
I guess.
Along with the beauty and the voice.
Sweet. Oh my God.
What can we? What can we expect next from you? Last year we heard your album.
Yeah. Same album. We're gonna work on new material probably at the end of the year. But still working the album, still, doing stuff, more TV stuff.
I like that.
Yeah. So I just got back from doing Sister Circle. I was supposed to be there again this week, co-hosting for like 2 weeks, but I had to be here. I wouldn't miss the Stellas for anything.
No, this is your home. This is definitely your home. And the Ask Up is the 10th brunch, 10th annual brunch.
I didn't even know that, and I'm hosting, so tell me more.
And how many times have you hosted, though?
No, this is my second time hosting this event.
Okay, I remember you hosting last year, so and then tonight, it's actually tonight.
It's a big show. I'm so confused because everybody changed. You guys changed it, Stellars. I'm so used to it being on Saturday. It's like I'm so confused. I don't even know what day it is.
Me too. Jeez. But how did last night go for the pre-show?
Oh, we had a great time. As usual, it's always a barrel of laughs, always so much fun. I have a great time every year.
I know you do, and you let us have a great time with you. Thanks so much for taking the time with MadFlavor. We appreciate you.
Absolutely, thank you.
First of all, we're going to get a fan of this outfit with all of this snatch and everything, Miss Price. And we can tell, honey.
Brienne is one person and Kelly is somebody else.
But, honey, you got this going on.
Thank you.
MadFlavor, we already know when we catch up with this powerhouse, your soul, everything is beautiful from your voice to your soul, and we know you killed Miss Brienne Clark. Tell us a little bit about this.
Brienne Clark is a mommy in the 70s with teenage kids whose husband is off in the Vietnam War, is worried about the draft because she has a son who is of age. She's trying to raise these young black people against the backdrop of the height of the civil rights movement. All of these things going on in society, very much so like what we're dealing with today. We're literally mirroring the times that all of this stuff was taking place. And so she is the picture of what black women have always had to be. And through our family's storyline, you get a chance to see what black life was in the homes of black people. So my children are talented, they're in a group, they want to break into show business, and they audition to become Soul Train dancers, and they make it. So they are part of the original Soul Train dancers. And then their story begins to unfold. And as they begin to unfold and mature and grow up and detach, I find myself having to find myself as Brienne and find my voice and figure out how to do life not being someone's mother, not being someone's everything, wife, sister, friend, prayer warrior, because she's that woman who is all those things to everyone in her life. And she kind of needs to figure it out for herself in this place. And so it's the story of the strength of a woman, the strength of a black woman. We all have that woman, or hopefully several in our lives, and you get a chance to watch that play out.
I know you're real, so are you going to give it your stamp? Does American Soul have Kelly Price's stamp?
If I wasn't a cast member of American Soul, I would watch it. I would host watch parties. I would be DVRing it. I would be on my iPad on the plane trying to break the rules and stream it because they tell you don't do that. But it is a quality piece of edutainment. We are entertaining while we're educating.
I love it. Yeah. Thank you so much for taking the time with MadFlavor.
You're welcome. Thank you so much.
MadFlavor, we have the Franklin. How are you? Kirk and Tammy looking fabulous on the carpet today.
How you doing?
Complimenting each other with style and colors. Did Kirk style you?
No. Well, you know what?
Well, a little bit.
Yes, we went.
A little bit.
Yes, we did.
Kirk, how many years is this now that you've been hosting the Stellars?
Oh, well, this is my second year hosting by myself, and I'm very I'm very humble that they would want me to come back. I mean, there's so many people that could do this, and so, you know, to have an opportunity to do it is a great honor.
But you have the energy that we need for these award shows.
Well, it's because I'm little. 'Cause I'm a little man.
We have Sunday Best coming back. That is a praise dance for that one.
Excited about that new album coming in May, and the Exodus Music Festival, and so we're just very excited.
The single's doing great, going up the chart.
Single's doing really, really good. We're going on tour this summer, the Long Live Love Tour, and so yeah, I'm just thankful.
So we know you for your praise and worship music, but what do you like to record better? You like the praise that get us jumping and dancing, or do you like the worship?
Yes, I think yes. I like anything that's authentic. Yeah.
I love it.
It wins for me.
Thanks so much for taking the time with MadFlavor.
Hi, this is your girl Cavell with MadFlavorTV. I'm here at the premiere of The Real Housewives of Potomac. I'm here with the gorgeous Candace Dillard.
I'm so excited. Like, season 4 is literally here. Like, I'm so excited about this. Yes.
So during last season, we saw you begin to plan your wedding, and how was that? Because I know it was a big old hoopla.
It was a lot of drama. My mom is here. My mother and I had a lot of bumps and bruises along the road. But I think any marriage, any planning is going to be tumultuous at times. As long as the wedding day works out and ours was beautiful, that's what matters. And our marriage is even better. It feels like it did before, but just with a few extra pieces of hardware. Yes.
So what can we expect from you this season? Any drama and relationships fall apart?
Well, you know, it's not a reality show, right, if there's not some drama. And as you all may have seen in the trailer, there's a little bit of drama that takes place between myself and Monique. Ashley has a lot of stuff going on with her husband. So you kind of see us sort of move through those things as friends. There are some bumps. I know you all saw Monique and I kind of have it out outside at a farm. So we kind of work through that. And you really figure out in the end who your real friends are and who your real friends are not. I will say that. Anything
special we're going to learn about you this season? Anything new that we haven't learned before in the past?
Well, you see me. You see the wilder side of Candace. You see the turn up side of Candace. I think last season I was portrayed as more mild. And Candace is very spicy, okay?
Yes, we are.
Very spicy. So you get to see the spice of Candace this season, yes.
Looking forward to seeing you this season, and I wish you all the success. And congratulations on your wedding. You're welcome. So, quick question. What compelled you to share your story with us?
I mean, I don't know any other way. You know, I say it all the time. I'm not an expert at anything. I just have some experiences. And, you know, this was just, you know, the latest chapter in my book, you know, some experiences that I wanted to share because that's what I was dealing with at the time. And, you know, I'm the type of person, I can't sit here and I can't get on the radio every day and have conversations about a whole bunch of other stuff when I'm dealing with my own issues. And, you know, the easiest thing to do every day is be yourself. And the easiest thing to do every day is express what's going on in your mind. So that was just me expressing what was going on in my life at the time. You know, I was going to therapy to try to get a handle on my anxiety. It was a new experience for me. I was keeping a journal of it. And, you know, being that I have the outlet and the platform to get these books out, and, you know, the book publishing company wanted another book, and I don't do things for money. I do things that have a purpose. I was like, why not? You know, why not share my experiences? You know, why not share my experiences with therapy and dealing with my anxiety and going to therapy and realizing, like, damn, now I got other issues that I got to deal with, like my PTSD and trauma from things that happened to me when I was younger, issues with my pops, whatever it was. I'm like, why not share it? Because, you know, I feel like there's nothing wasted in life. You know what I'm saying? Like, any experience can be used either as a teachable moment for me or somebody else. So why not?
And with so many mass shootings occurring, it's being reported at least 60% of them have been dealing with mental issues. As a community, do you think we should be more empathetic towards the assailants?
Yeah, man, you know, that's such an interesting question because when the good brother Nipsey Hussle died, God bless the dead, when I watched that video, which I didn't want to watch because I feel like that adds a whole nother layer of trauma to things, but somebody sent it to me and I didn't know what it was, so I clicked on it and I was watching it, and I didn't know that I was going to have not only, you know, great remorse and sadness for Nipsey, but also empathy for the man who shot him. Because when I saw that guy kick Nipsey, I said to myself, man, that brother is hurting in a different way. Like he has a different level of pain with him. He has a different level of trauma with him, that he could hate somebody that much to, after you shoot them multiple times, to just kick them. And so when I saw that, I said to myself, man, you got a bunch of brothers in the hood who have pain that they haven't dealt with, who have trauma that they haven't dealt with, they have hurt they haven't dealt with, and hurt people. And we end up just redistributing that pain to people who look like us. So, yeah, man, I do have empathy for people who hurt people in that way. You know, when I see these mass shootings and stuff like that, I do wonder, like, damn, what was going on in that person's mind, the way they decided to throw it all away just like that. You know, so yeah.
Why do you think there's such a stigma regarding mental health illness in the Black community?
Because we've never talked about it. We still haven't dealt with the 400 years of trauma from slavery. So now we have these microaggressions that have been happening since then, and we're still not dealing with that. So that's not a healthy environment. That's not a healthy place to live in.
Other than talking about it, what other ways do you think we can begin to deal with these issues?
I think we attack it in the school system with the children. It should be a part of the curricula, just like sex education is, physical education. Why can't we teach our children about mental health? And then see, if we touch the children, then they have to go home and do the homework with the parents. So now you're affecting the children and their parents. Because now I'm having a homework assignment that you have to help me with, so we have to talk about it.
Well, thank you so much for stopping by and chatting with us. Have a good evening. Thank you.
We're here with Taraji Henson and Stargates and Anderson MadFlavor Television. So I want to ask, the scene that stood out, a scene that really stood out to me for you is when you took the Klansman and put it back on, and it was like you went from disbelief to anger. How was it filming that film and then going home every day having to unpack being Ann Atwater?
Well, I have an on and off switch, so I live in between takes to stay sane. And the atmosphere on the set was fun. I mean, you know, we've evolved. A lot of us have evolved, and certainly people on the set have evolved. And I had to tell them every day, it's okay to say what you got to say to me. We're all acting, and it's important to say what you have to say to me and be as honest and authentic as you can, because this is a mirror up to society to show us our ugliest moments in history so that we don't repeat them.
And then my other question is, your mannerisms, your all of it, just what Big Mama example was that from? Like, where did you pull for that? Was that all Ann Atwater and with a little bit of Taraji?
Well, no, not me. It was literally all of, I believe her passion I understood, and a little bit of my passion bled through, because I believe in justice for all, and I believe in fighting for people who don't have a voice, you know, but literally I had to watch her, because that's a real woman. That's a real person who existed, who has a family, who has a community, who knew and loved her. So I had to be as authentic to her as I could.
Black women are doing amazing things. Black women have been doing amazing things. And I think that, of course, brands like Essence are definitely the top as far as celebrating other women, as far as bringing it to the forefront, letting other people know about it. And I just feel like, but this is a different year. It's like a different year. It's a different something in the air. And we all feel it. That's why we're all here. And that's why so many people want to be a part of this event every year, for sure.
I just want to ask, you know, what was the process in recreating the authenticity, not only of the times, but the mindset of the people that were in the film to really have a true film, you know, true story come across in the most authentic way?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's two parts to that, right? When you're telling the story, there's so much of this, and luckily it's all amazing truths. And so it's about getting the tone right, most importantly, and making sure that the story of this wonderful happening in Durham comes across and nothing gets in the way of that. Luckily, I was able to meet and befriend Ann Atwater for 3 years before she died. So in all of our conversations, she kept me on the straight and narrow. And Bill Riddick is still alive, and so he was with us this week in Durham, and he and I had a lot of conversations. So Ann got to give me her perspective on her life and her perspective of CP. Bill Riddick got to give me his perspective of the two of them. So I really had a lot of help in hearing and being able to recreate their voices. As far as the look and that kind of tone of the film, that's with, you know, our director of photography, David Landsberg, Janine Opal is our production designer, and J.R. Harbaker, our costume designer. It's all about that palette, all about that. And we kind of went a little sweaty and as real as you can be, because you never want to notice those things. You really don't. Yes, in the first minute you see Taraji, you go, oh my God, look at her, and then pretty soon you forget it's her, right? And same with Sam Rockwell, and that's what you hope for as a filmmaker. And yeah, some people might not go that early with me, but I think anytime you can just make it real and not flashy, cars aren't too clean, things aren't too colorful, it just feels more real. So CP died in 2005, and that's when I saw a blurb about his death in Time magazine. That's when I first heard about the movie. But his daughter and son were there last night. And his special needs son is still alive out at Murdoch Center, the same place. So they just saw the movie along with a lot of Ann's family just on Tuesday night in Durham, and everybody was so emotional. It was great, yeah.
Thank you for such a great film, and thanks for stopping by.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Good. Dominique Telson, the producer of The Best of Enemies, is Tara Gates Anderson with MadFlavor Television. Thank you for stopping by to see us.
Thank you. You look to hear that you guys were coming.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Now, how important is it? Like, how did you get involved? But not only that, how important is it for these stories to continue to be told?
The stories need to continue to be told because we need hope in this world, and we need to understand that, society is not going to continue if we keep hating each other. We have to find a way to, get along. We have to find a way to figure it out. And this woman, Ann Atwater, her reputation was Rough House Annie. Rough House Annie. Well, guess what? The Rough House didn't work in this condition. She had to find another way to get around it because they both hated each other so much. And when she kind of let her heart speak, she was able to make a change. And by the way, that change is for generations, because I just came from a screening in Durham, North Carolina, where Ann's daughter and granddaughter and their generation was there, and CPs. And guess what? They're hugging each other. They love seeing each other. So the ripple has come down generations, and I'm so proud of that. And I'm hoping that that's what the film does, is maybe give a few people the opportunity to say, you know what, maybe I can. Maybe there is hope. Maybe there's something I'm not looking at about this person that maybe I can reach him. And that's what I'm hoping.
Thank you so much for coming by. Congratulations on everything. What's next for you?
I have a film in the can. It's very different. It's comedy means girls meets Golden Girls. Yeah, so we have 4 seniors, and they have a great time, and it's kind of coming of age, but when you're 80.
Well, I'm excited. I'm looking forward to hearing your name even more.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thanks for coming by.
Thank you, and congratulations on you guys, because I know you've been doing very well too.
Thank you.